credo che il momento jingle, se lo azzecchiamo noi, non lo azzeccate voi e viceversa. È bellissima questa cosa del jingle. Vabbè.
Beh, vedo un po' di gente. Giusto un filino di gente.
Oh, siete casati?
Beh, comunque avete due ospiti.
Beh.
Ma non posso star qui, non vi dirò il motivo per il quale voglio rimanere qui. Non posso proprio.
Mi dispiace, però puoi andare là e metterti insieme a tutta la folla adorante.
Con gli occhioni a cuoricino?
È l'unico panel in cui vorrei partecipare, ma non vi dico il motivo. Vabbè, me ne vado, ragazzi. Buon panel. Ciao ragazzi, grazie.
Ciao, Brian.
Dopo, ciao Brian.
Allora, in realtà abbiamo due ospiti, è vero, ma non siamo solo due presentatori.
No.
Perché qua con noi c'è anche quello che è stato definito giusto ieri in un altro panel il Master d'Italia.
È vero?
È vero.
Oh.
Vabbè,
Visto che è vero,
dicono che è vero.
visto che è
Uno
vero,
dei più bravi, rinomati, apprezzati Master di Dungeons and
Un
Dragons del
applauso.
festivale e non solo. Un applauso
scrosciante per
a
Zoltar. Quanto gli vogliamo bene a Zoltar?
Tantissimo io a questi due gattoni.
Ma la domanda vera è: sei emozionato? Ti tremano un po' le mani? Perché io lo so che tu sei bravo a raccontare le avventure, così a plasmare il destino degli avventurieri, ma secondo me oggi un po' le gambe...
Più che altro è la community di Dungeons and Dragons e Baldur's Gate 3 qua che è fantastica e che è la vera motivo
Fatevi un applauso
per stare assieme. Siamo tantissimi, siete fantastici. È l'inizio di una nuova era e voi lo siete.
Allora, visto che comunque il tempo scorre, voi non lo vedete, ma io qui c'ho il timer e insomma, prendiamoci quanto più spazio possibile per fare le domande ai nostri ospiti che lascio annunciare a Zoltar, ma quando entrano io vorrei veramente sentire l'applauso più forte, potente, poderoso e ininterrotto di tutte le edizioni della Games Week, mi raccomando. Vai Zoltar.
Giocatrici e giocatori, Devora Wilde e Neil Newbon.
Questo è quello vero.
Neil Newbon.
So, you didn't expect that?
Hi! Hi!
Ciao bellos.
What's up?
It's amazing.
Hello.
Wow.
Let's take a seat.
Ragazzi, diamo ovviamente il benvenuto a Neil Newbon e Devora Wilde. Non li dobbiamo neanche presentare perché sapete già chi sono, ovviamente.
Vabbè, sono diventati un po' delle
icone.
pop star alla fine.
C'è
It's true, you know it's true.
Qualcosa prima di iniziare è che, come sapete, Jennifer e Aliona non possono essere qui oggi con noi purtroppo e hanno avuto un problema in famiglia, e se potete fare un applauso per loro, per i loro problemi e per cercare in qualche modo possano risolvere.
Don't worry, I'm representing Jennifer and Eleona as the member of the throuple. Don't worry, guys. Okay.
They will be back next year, maybe, hopefully.
Yes.
Yeah. It's gonna happen.
Un'altra questione che dobbiamo affrontare è capire se dobbiamo tradurre tutto quello che dicono o se masticate l'inglese a sufficienza e vi va bene?
Però
va bene?
di mano, quanti parlano bene inglese?
Inglese? Ah, mamma mia, che soddisfazione.
Mamma mia.
Grazie mille.
Ok. So
Whole crowd. Okay.
We can
Prego.
stick to English, no translation. So.
A
Ok,
couple of
Vai.
Italian words.
vado.
So,
It's
it's important to know that we do have some questions directly from the fans. So some
Yeah.
of them are here and will be coming
Yeah,
on stage.
They were
I think.
gathered through Instagram. So some people are gonna come on stage and ask them.
Love that. What
And
a
some
treat.
others were just picked. But
Great.
yeah, we're gonna do that.
Lovely.
But first, Zoltar is starting. Look at his smile.
Okay. Sorry for my English. I translated, and it's been more than a year that Baldur's Gate has come out, and thank also to you, the community of Baldur's Gate 3 and Dungeons and Dragons, and found some heroes very important for us. And if I may, how your life is changed after big Baldur's Gate 3?
Well, it's a new thing to walk out on stage and have people scream at you. That's definitely new. We're very privileged to be asked to travel so many places in the world.
Yeah, fantastic.
To meet the players, to meet the audience, to meet the fans of Baldur's Gate. And I think it's really nice that we get to hear their stories. I started in theatre, and you got to meet your audience. TV and film, which Dev and I also do, you don't get to meet the audience. So this has been really special.
Yeah, I feel like a rock star. In fact, I'm kind of disappointed. The one thing, you guys are treating us so well that when I get home now, I expect like, woohoo, applause, and I don't get it. And I feel like I should, you know? But yeah, I think I didn't realize how many people this game had, you know, touched and like people had connected with until I came to conventions and started meeting people. And that's such a massive treat, because I think you're in the, you know, you're recording, you're doing your lines, and it's a job, you know, and I was very grateful to have a job for 4.5 years, very happy. And then to meet people that have loved these characters so much and love the game is just like, it's just a massive bonus, and yeah, we're very lucky, really.
Posso fare una domanda? What did you guys think when you first saw the render of the characters you would play? Like, what did you think about them?
Hot.
I didn't realize he was a companion initially. I thought he was like, vampire you're going to kill. So I was just really happy to be a part of the project. And then we started working, and at some point, one of the directors, Josh, I think, took me aside and said, by the way, he's a companion. That was really exciting, because I realized how much more work there was still to do. So yeah, I was thrilled. Yeah. And
hot, obviously. But whereas I was about a year into the game, I said, maybe I should ask, what is this game? And everyone just went silent. And then it was like, okay, we're not sure if we should tell you this, but it's Baldur's Gate 3. Expecting like a big reaction, probably a reaction that Neil would have. And I just went, okay, cool, great, fantastic. It means that meant nothing to me. Obviously now, like,
She's
I know
so blasé about it.
I was so blasé. I was like, great. I think they were like, do you know what we mean? Baldur's Gate 3.
Your reaction is still, yeah.
And I was like, it's great, fantastic. I was just like, like, no idea.
And you said you discovered it after 1 year. So how long did it take for the whole process, for the whole recording?
About 4.5 years. A long time. Many things over a pandemic. You know, many things happen in 4.5 years. Yeah. Yeah, the game got bigger. Yeah.
Wow.
Was there a moment that you realized that Baldur's Gate 3 was something huge that you cannot control? Maybe there was something that you can't describe all the joy. There was something that you has the sensation that something happening around you. There's a moment, there's an anecdote about it.
Yeah, I think I don't think none of us, including Sven or anybody at Larian, thought it was going to be like this. I think that's fair to say that all of us thought it would be a great game. And Larian have made amazing games, DOS 1, DOS 2, Dragon Commander. They have a history of making amazing games. So we knew it was going to be good.
Yeah.
We weren't sure whether people were going to relate to our characters or not. But I don't think any of us were prepared for this, not really. But it was a very exceptional moment to discover people's conversations about, oh, they really connect to this aspect of the storyline of your character or our characters. So I think for me, I'm just relieved that they got it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I was not sure if they were going to get the character storyline, if it was going to be okay. So the fact they all really tapped into all of our storylines, as well as the many storylines of supporting characters, it was amazing. It was great. It was like, thank God, yeah.
what are the things you like best about your characters?
What do we like best?
Yeah.
I like that Lae'zel is unapologetic and just honest, and it's you know, I always say this in all my interviews, but she's a bitch and that's okay. You know, that's okay. And in fact, I don't even know if I believe that so much, like what, you know, but I think she's a strong female character that can, you know, that can be firm and can be who she is unapologetically. And obviously some people don't like that, and you know, that's their problem. So that's it's not Lae'zel's problem.
I kind of like everything, really. I mean, I like the fact he's complicated. I like the fact he's what you see is not what you get. I like the play on that. I like his sense of freedom. The fact that I got to pretty much do anything I wanted with the character was really fun. So I just liked everything, really. The whole experience and the way he is was a joy to play. So yeah, everything. Yeah. That's right. Deal with that answer. Everything. Fuck you. Yeah. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not more specific about it. Yeah. Everything about it. Yeah.
Your character was written by someone very special.
Yes.
Do you have the opportunity to work together with the writer to create something unique? Or do you receive the script and say, okay, it's okay?
Stephen Rooney is the writer and creator of Astarion, as well as a few other writers that helped out. I was lucky that, although Stephen and I didn't meet till much, much later, he liked a lot of the stuff I was doing with his words. So he told me, he's been public about this, he started writing towards my rhythm. The word darling was not supposed to be a thing. And he sort of made it a thing because he liked the way I was using it as a weapon, a verbal weapon. Do you know what I mean? So it was collaborative in a weird way. It was like he would write to my rhythm, I would hear his words and really play wildly with it. And then we just sort of did this back and forth. But, you know, we didn't change lines. The lines were written. We just played a lot with them.
Similar thing with Lae'zel. We never actually had... We kind of had this weird sort of indirect contact with the writer where it would be like channeled through the director, and then I'm messaging the writer now, and it's like, oh, okay, what are they going to say? Like, ooh. And then, I didn't meet Kevin Van Oort, who's the lead writer of Lae'zel, and Will, by the way. So two completely different characters. I didn't meet till after the game had finished. But yeah, similar to what Neil was saying, they would write they would kind of enhance what we were doing. In fact, and you know, you said about the creative process, we had so much freedom. I mean, I got a paragraph for Lae'zel when I started. It was this big, and now I know that obviously the world of D&D and Baldur's Gate is so rich and so big. They could have given us pages and pages and pages, and I'm so glad they didn't.
Yeah, exactly. Was it better like this?
So much better. I would have been overwhelmed, and I would have thought, okay, now I've got to live up to some expectations from the games before. No, the paragraph was all I needed, really, and because the writing is so incredible that you didn't need anything more than that. You have everything on the page. So it's amazing.
So you got to put a lot of yourself.
Definitely, yeah. And the writers helped with that as well. They just brought out our natural, in my case, sarcasm or, you know, whatever, just like deadpan lines. And yeah, in Neil's case, obviously other things. But they really kind of brought out our natural tendencies, what we felt instinctively went with the characters.
But after this experience and after so many D&D sessions, would you like to write a little bit of the next character you will be interpreting?
What?
Would you like to write a little bit
About our own character?
Yes. For
About
the
a
next
story?
game, for the next project.
For any project or
Any project, for the
Right.
next project you'll be working
I
with.
think I have a healthy understanding of my own ego. Okay. So, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't write for myself because that would be a terrible idea. I've directed myself as a supporting character because I direct as well now. And I did a game called Deliver Us Mars, which was really fun. I was performance director. Thank you, one person. Although the gameplay was not amazing, the actual narrative was fantastic. And I worked very closely with Rainer van Arkenbol, who was the narrative director on it. And he and I were directing together. So that was interesting because I definitely had to be very mindful of, I would love this to do, but is that me the actor or me the director? So writing for myself, no.
Yeah, I have written things, but not for video games. I think it's very complicated. I mean, there's so many different strands and narratives and endings, and I don't think I would even bother trying. Let somebody else do that, and we'll stick to the acting.
Did you get to become like a bit of a gamer after the success of this one? Or it's still, what is it?
I would call myself a pro gamer, actually. Absolutely not. I mean, I'm sort of. No, do you know what? I'm not going to say I'm struggling through the game because I'm in Act 3 now and I'm in balance mode. Did you know I'm in balance mode?
Balance, like the second one up from story.
The second one up, yeah. Which one are you in? Tactician? No, you're not.
No, someone wouldn't let me. I've got to stay in balance. It's so boring.
Do you want to be tactician? Yeah. Well, I'm in balance, and I'm very proud of myself because when I started streaming the game in October last year, I didn't even know how a PlayStation worked.
Yeah, exactly.
And now I'm doing battles with, you know, devils and things and hitting them with spells, and I know how it works. So, yes, I would call myself a little bit of a gamer, thank you. What about you?
I'm a car-carrying geek, man. I've been playing games before I could walk, you know. Yeah, I was a gamer since, like, the 80s. So, yeah.
Your favorite game ever?
Like 1,000 of them. I don't have a favorite game.
You don't have a favorite?
I have, my genre is RPGs, my favorite genre. Yeah. Not a favorite game, there's too many of them.
So, how was it as an RPG fan to get involved in Baldur's Gate 3? Because the name sounded nothing to her, but to you, I mean, as an RPG fan, was
yeah, I worked out what the game was at the audition stage. Because they sent through pictures. When you audition for a project, especially a AAA, they tend to use secret names. They hide the details, understandably. They don't want people to talk about it. But they sent through pictures that was clearly D&D, with like a name like Devilkin as opposed to Tiefling. So I looked at it and went, that's D&D. So I knew it was going to be Icewind Dale 3 or Baldur's Gate 3 or something like that. Or maybe Planescape or something. So this is really weird, huh? It was really exciting. Fuck. Is your sound guy here? Yeah. Are you good? A little bit. Just a little bit. No better. That's good. I like that. Thank you. Sorry, it's very loud. Okay. So
you're just very loud.
I'm just very loud. I have to turn myself down. That's better. So I kind of knew what it was going to be. Yeah, I was very excited about it. But obviously, as an actor, when you go into an audition, you can't get too excited about the project. You have to be excited about the scene you're going to do or the work ahead of you. You have to forget what you think you know and just focus on the task at hand. Otherwise, you get wrapped up with needing the job. So, like any audition, I was like, well, I'm excited, but now I have to be a professional and focus on the actual work.
Io direi che possiamo cominciare per essere sicuri a fare le domande anche del pubblico. E poi se avanza un po' di tempo, magari continuiamo con le nostre curiosità. So we're switching to, questions from, the audience.
Vai, domanda 1.
No, vai tu.
Io non ce l'ho.
Perché non so quale sono...
La domanda 1 è di Torb90, mi pare che non sia presente. Ok, quindi la leggiamo e basta. What was the moment you would consider the most challenging while giving life to your characters?
Gosh. I mean, maybe physically being in the Zaithis while pregnant was pretty was pretty intense because we used some pillows and stuff, and I hadn't told anyone that I was pregnant yet.
Very pregnant.
No, I wasn't very at the time.
Oh, you were not?
But no, actually, you couldn't really tell. But I was like, I'm having to do a lot of like coming out of the Zaithis.
Yeah.
That was intense. But in terms of the acting, I can't see any of it as a challenge. It was a massive gift. I mean, Lae'zel is obviously very tough exterior. She's tough a lot of the game until that moment where she breaks. And then you have all of these different sides of her coming out and her vulnerability. And for me, that was just a massive gift to be able to play that and all her different endings. You never really get to do that as an actor because in a film or TV show, you have one narrative that everyone is working towards. In this, every time you step into the recording, into the volume, you are the main character because you are recording your lines and you are kind of thinking about your story. And in fact, until I started playing the game, I didn't really know anything about Astarian's story or Shadowheart or anyone at all. I knew nothing. And that was fun because now I'm getting to experience it like as a player would.
Is it something you appreciate, the fact that by, playing video games, using your performance actually, you get to do different takes on the story or stuff like that?
Oh, for sure.
As an actor.
You never get to do that. Video games really are the only medium, I think, where you get to do that. So it's very special, and it really stretches you as an actor, and it pushes you, and it just, all the things you want to do as an actor, you get to do in video games, and I think that's incredible. And I've spoken to many actors who say that video games are the most creative things they've ever done, and I would agree with that.
What about you, Neil? Was there something you would find particularly challenging while playing? Sorry.
For me, the challenge is the good part. I like the challenge of the Cazador scene was particularly a big day, but it was great. I loved it. We did 20 lines in one take and straight through, which is a big chunk of the end of this particular scene. That was amazing. I had a good time. The thing I found the hardest was physical stamina. That I've got a lot of energy and I can work a lot, but I got to a point where I just burnt out for 3 days. My voice went, my brain went, my body went, and I said, I'll just take a day off. They were like, you're having 3 days off. So they wouldn't let me back in until I'd rested because I was very conscious of the time that we had to try and get everything right. But I burnt out, I physically burnt out, hit the deck, and then had to rest for 3 days. So that was challenging, I think, more than anything else. The work was amazing.
La seconda domanda è di Nausicaa Photography. Che
L'abbiamo,
forse
arriva sul
abbiamo
palco.
là. Prego. No, c'è già il microfono.
da là, sì, scusa.
Hi, Devora and Neil. I would like to know what were your sources.
Where are you? Where are you?
Hi.
Hi.
Hello, darling. What are you doing down there? In the pit. Hi, folks. Hi. Hello.
Come. There we go. That's better.
Okay.
Gonna come around. Yeah. Better, no?
There we go.
There we go.
Hey!
Hi.
Don't be scared, but everybody's looking at you.
Don't think about that.
I would like to know what were your sources of inspiration during the process of creating your characters.
I was very lucky. I'm a very well-trained actor, so I had a lot of different methodology to use. I use method work, Meisner, commedia dell'arte, so Alecchino. There's a bit of Alecchino in him. Cat work, animal work, which I used a stray cat that lived in my garden, and I have three very good friends, one of whom sadly passed away this year. But I used them as a source of inspiration for little ideas and habits and speech rhythms and all things like that. So Ruben Kay, who's an amazing cabaret artist, Giles Foreman, who's my teacher and friend, and a dear friend of mine called Leendert van Nimbergen, who passed away in February. All those three friends of mine have little elements of Astarian. And yeah, I just started playing really, just trying things out. Also, the writing was so good that the very clear objectives, wants, needs, all that kind of rich stuff that an actor needs. And the fact they were so supportive meant we felt comfortable taking risks with the characters. So yeah, all of that. Yeah.
Thank you. And I'm going to give probably a very bad actor answer and completely the opposite to Neil. I usually am a person who is over prepared, over preparing every audition, every project I'm going to do. And for this one, for the audition, and in fact, then when it went to the performance, I just thought, you know what? Am I allowed to swear? Oh, you have. Okay. Fudge it. Fuck it. I'm just gonna go with my instincts. I'm an actor. I've trained. It's time to start trusting ourselves, and I did not do that in my first years as an actor, and I suffered for it a lot. I was very not happy with myself, and for this, I was just like, I have this paragraph. I found out that I was playing a Githyanki. I think I looked up what a Githyanki was, and I got a lot of information. I was like, ooh, that's a lot. You know what? I'm just going to go in and I'm going to just read the words on the page and see what I feel like doing. And with the support of, we had very good directors. Now, I can't do it without a director. I couldn't have done it by myself. We had performance directors and voice directors and audio engineers and everyone working together. And after every take, you would have someone be like, okay, maybe try it this way, maybe try it that way. And you had a lot of time as well, 4.5 years, which helps. And little by little, we got this character of Lae'zel, and I really am very happy about that, because usually I would just overload myself with information, and for me, that wasn't helpful. But I think this is a great example of two very different approaches to acting and to character work, and both are valid and both are fine.
I would definitely, just to support that, it doesn't matter how you get there. It's your choice as an artist of what works for you. Sometimes you just need to go through the door. Do you know what I mean? Yeah? All right. Cool.
Grazie.
Grazie.
Grazie mille.
Facciamo salire sul palco.
Where's the next
Nakos.
morsel? question.
Attenzione.
Oh,
Look at
Shadowheart! Not Shadowheart with
Applauso,
her spear!
applauso.
Shadowheart, eye roll. Oops.
Thank you.
Scared of the spear.
I'm so excited to be here. Hi. Well, I did the wig, but this was made by my boyfriend, which is somewhere there.
Shout out boyfriend.
I don't know where he is, but...
It doesn't, you know what? We don't know. It doesn't
No.
matter. He's fine.
Yes.
But we're alone now.
I'm gonna read my question. Well, 1 second. Well, which was the voice line of your character that you enjoyed the most to dub? And which one left most impact on you?
That's a good one.
That's a really good one. You're not? Because you like them all? Yeah, okay. Your little face. Well, okay, no, I also like all my lines, but I have a few favorites. I can't pick just one favorite, but that large fleshy nose of yours looks like a mistake. Woo! When are you ever going to get to say that in real life? You shouldn't, but when you're an actor, you can say anything and get away with it. And the one that, again, many favorite lines, but I love what good this heart of stone for it to be shattered. It's just it's her turning point, right? So, yeah. Love it.
Too many for me. I haven't got a favorite. Too many.
And, well, it's the same question.
I don't have a favorite. They're all amazing. Yeah. That's all.
Yes, it's fine. I
Okay.
mean, I personally like every line of Astarion.
I like the full
it's the same
concentrated
as a-
power of the sun. That is a good one.
I was right there.
Grazie.
Thank you.
Grazie.
Grazie.
Non so
La
se-
prossima sarebbe di Circus Cassie. Ce
C'è,
l'abbiamo?
c'è.
Ce l'abbiamo?
Arriva.
You see, slowly by little, we're
Hello
taking
again.
over your time.
Hi. There you are.
I did it, by the way. I did it.
You did.
I did
Oh
it.
my God!
I
You did do it.
Yeah. I told you I was gonna do it. I did it.
Woo! Yes.
Puoi
We-
dire
we-
cosa è successo? Cosa hai fatto?
Well, yesterday, I told Dev to write a quote that I was gonna get tattooed on me, and I did today. I got it tattooed.
Wow. Wow.
That's dedication.
That is
It's
dedication.
gonna stay right here forever.
Forever.
Yeah. I'm going to get your tattoo. That is a threat.
Yes.
How does that make you feel? Like something like this.
It's surreal. It's surreal because I think we know what we are in our daily life. That sounds really bad. We know what we are in our daily lives. No, but you know what? Like I think we're very, we are very ordinary. Actually, I'm going to speak for myself. Maybe Neil is not ordinary in his daily life, but I feel like I live a very ordinary life. So when we come here and we get this, it's surreal. It's in the best possible way, but it just feels so bizarre. Like, don't you think? Like, it's just.
I think the nice thing about it is things like this show you what a deep connection people have to the characters.
Yeah.
I think as a custodian of the character, if you know what I mean, like it's a joy to see our characters mean so much to people. So that's what I think is amazing about all of this. It's like, wow, people really liked it.
Before a question, what's the weirdest thing you were asked by fans? The weirdest thing.
It's been a lot of weird, babe.
Yeah, no, that's why I asked.
I mean, no judgment.
No, that's why I asked.
The sex doll I heard about was pretty weird.
The sex doll?
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Oh, don't act like you don't know.
Also received sex toys.
One of us received a sex toy, and it wasn't who you think, actually.
It wasn't. And you were like, put that present away.
That was weird. That was weird.
Yeah.
That was a little interesting.
Anyway, some strange things have happened to us, but that's amazing. I hope that when I'm an old granny and I can tell my grandchildren all about this, or they can probably watch it.
This sex toy was given to me when I was in this game. People liked it so much. I'll just put it back on the mantelship, darling.
Oh, God.
Just going to dust it
Oh,
down
God.
again.
Yeah.
My question was gonna be, if you had to invent an ending for your characters that is after the nether brain, what ending would you want it to be? Everything can happen.
I will answer.
Yeah. Please.
Lae'zel and Shadowheart go and live in their little cottage where Corinna also lives, I believe. I believe that is part of Shadowheart's ending, right? There's a little cottage somewhere where she has the squirrel, right? And they live a happy life until they realize that, there's some fighting for the affections of Shadowheart between Corinna and Lae'zel. But, it's all good. They live a happy cottagecore life.
Also, Shadowheart ages slower than Lae'zel. Ages slower. Shadowheart is a half-elf.
Yes.
Ages slower.
She does age. Okay, so they could potentially live for a long time.
The squirrel doesn't.
The squirrel does not, no. Listen, I think it'd be a great ending for Lae'zel. I think Lae'zel, after all the battles and the hardships, I think Lae'zel would like to go and, make banana bread. Decorate the Christmas tree. Put ranch on top. Ayo. I got it in there. So yeah, I think that'd be cute.
Neil, don't be so elusive. You have to answer that one.
It's not about being a sore loser. I played all of his endings. I don't like to imagine beyond that because I've lived every single one of them. The problem is, if you start thinking in those terms for me, I'm just talking about me, I would worry I would judge my character subconsciously, which means I may pull back from one type of ending over another one. So I make it a rule of thumb, I never think about that. I'm very interested to hear about other people's, especially the audiences. So it's their headcanon that I like.
Nice.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. You dodged the question.
Facciamo entrare la prossima domanda. Grazie. Yeah.
Ce l'abbiamo?
Sì, arrivo. No?
No,
Basta.
Oh.
You guys don't know, there were so many amazing questions, 50 or 60 of them, really good ones.
Are.
Yeah.
Always a really good question.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello there. How
you doing?
Did you appear by magic? I swear we just turned around and you just went, boop. Hi. Hello.
So, my question for you is this one, and I would like to know how much were you a fan of Dungeons & Dragons before Baldur's Gate 3, and how much Baldur's Gate 3 changed your perception of a role-playing tabletop game?
Oh, mine's great, mine's short.
Okay, you
I've
go.
been a massive tabletop RPG D&D geek since I was a child. So, yeah, man. I'm a card-carrying nerd, you know? I'm not at all, I mean, I've loved it the whole of my life, so yeah.
I was not a fan of Dungeons and Dragons because I didn't know what it was. That's why. But now I'm a fan of Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah. Honestly, my experience of Dungeons and Dragons, I had heard it in Stranger Things, and that was it. And like the Hellfire Club, and I could see them playing, and I was like, oh, okay. But I had no idea about it. But now that and the first time we played it, when we did our High Rollers one shot, I mean, I was very nervous, but then I realized that it's just improvisation, which for an actor is like, ooh, you know, it's amazing. And
we were very proud.
It was great. It was great. I mean, it was great to sit by somebody that actually knew what they would. Now it's in my contract that I have to sit next to Neil,
I have to sit next to him.
so that he can explain and do the maths for me. But I mean, I love it. It's very addictive, I think, as an actor to do that kind of Dungeons and Dragons style like role play, because it is just I just see it as improv. I don't really care about the dice. I just care about having fun with the story. So it's great.
Yes, I'm a forever dungeon master, so I really know.
So, he's a daddy master. Hi. Give us some gold.
So do you like, or would you like to try other settings, like for a sci-fi setting, for a pen and paper RPG, or...
Yeah, it's the same as being an actor. Like, you know, you want to try as many different things as possible. What you get given and asked to do is a whole different thing. So you don't have the luxury of going, oh, now I'll just do this film. It doesn't work like that. But like, unless you make it yourself, you know? But I think as an actor, really, I'm speaking for both of us, but I know it's the same. It's not really, you don't really look at the genre. It's more the character and the story. And then on top of that, you're like, okay, well, it's within this setting, there's a certain tonality, blah, blah, blah. So really, it's just always about the character and the story. And then, you know, if you're lucky enough to be asked, you know what I mean?
Abbiamo l'ultima domanda dal pubblico, grazie. Arriva. Grazie mille. Adesso esce Brian ancora, no? No.
Salve.
Hello.
Pony!
Oh, hi. Hello. Hi.
Ciao. Okay. Yes. My question is about Bowie. Not Asterion, but Bowie.
Do you want to tell them in Italian who Bowie is?
Oh,
Just in
yes.
case people don't know who that is.
I am a tier 3 Neil Newbon Twitch, and he plays as a druid that called Bowie.
Yeah.
And she's amazing. I prefer her to Asterion.
Oh,
yes, I
damn! Damn! Wow!
And she calls people chonks. So my question is,
okay,
what have you learned from Bowie? And yes, what Bowie teaches you, and why she calls everyone chonks?
What?
Chonks.
Chonks.
Yes, the chonk things.
The what?
Chonks. You call yes. You chonks.
Not chunks.
No.
Chook.
Chooks.
It's a colloquialism in Britain, meaning sweetheart and darling. and shit like that. Right, Chuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Same thing. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I know they do.
Yes.
I think we learned something today.
So please tell us something about
well,
Bowie.
I chose to play that kind of character because she's a bit of a dummy, and she's very naive, but she's got a big heart. And I never really get to play characters like that. For some reason or another, I always play villains. Don't know why, which I like a lot. Well, I don't play villains, but you know what I mean, villainous characters. I wanted to play Bowie because she is inherently a good person, and she's a dummy. You know what I mean? So I just thought that'd be really fun to play somebody who's woefully naive, and then put them with Astarion, which is a terrible idea. So, yeah. So that's it. Yeah.
Grazie.
That's it. That made sense to only about like 5 people here, I feel.
Va bene. That was the last question from the audience. So, Zoltar, if you want to...
Oh, if you want, I have one. What other character, other than yours, would you like to play? Like, is one? You will never answer?
He was not going to answer that question, but I will answer. In the game? In the game?
In the game.
Listen, I love me a bit of Mazora. She's got a fabulous dress, and she's just like so delicious. She's so like, her voice is like velvet, and you know, she's saying all the wrong things, but you just want to say yes, I'll do it.
All the wrong things, but so right.
But so right. And along the same lines, Oren, because I mean, whoa, what a whirlwind. Again, she's saying all the wrong things, but you're like, yes, sure, kidnap Gale, go for it. Take him.
Kill everybody,
Kidnap
sure.
everyone, it's fine by me.
Tell me more.
I think those kinds of characters, those sort of villain characters are incredibly fun to play.
Is it better to play villains? Like more fun?
Ooh, I think so. I think it's more fun to play villains.
I think the thing is, it's more. I mean, we don't view our characters as villains. That's for other people,
That's true,
right?
yeah.
But I think the characters that people refer to as villainous, they tend to be they're not usually the hero or the lead of the piece, so you're not resting all of the story on you. Secondly, they tend to have more fun because they're not bound. Romeo and Juliet, right? Romeo is a very difficult role to play because he's the young lover. And the story is very famous. And there are certain things he has to go through. Mercutio and Tybalt, that's where you can have some fun with. Because the story's not about them. They're a part of his story and Juliet's story. So you get to have a lot more liberty.
Yeah, they can be maybe more like flamboyant or...
Yeah, or just have more fun. You know? So I think for those characters, they tend to be a bit more undefined when you first meet them. And what you do with them really is kind of interesting because you're not bound by it must serve a purpose like this. Do you know what I mean? So I personally like playing the characters I play because there's a lot more freedom in choices, I think.
Yes. We do have time for one last question.
Yes. Is there a scene, a moment in the game that your colleagues played and you love it?
Yeah, I really liked actually your moment for Lae'zel. There's a moment where it's with Vlaakith, and there's a moment where you realize the truth of the matter, and she breaks down. I just remember being blown away by her performance. It was absolutely extraordinary. So one of my favorite non-Astarian moments. Yeah, amazing.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Honestly, for me, what made the biggest impact, obviously, you know, we get a lot of attention, the companions, because we are in the game a lot. But what blew me away when I was playing the game and I continue to play the game is all the NPCs. Some of which might only have a line like, "Don't steal my bread," or "Where are you going?" Like something very simple, but every single one is so real and so well acted. There isn't a single one where you're like, nah, I don't believe that. It's incredible. I mean, 258 actors?
Something like 258 actors, each doing from 5 to 30 roles each. And they all did it full performance. So everybody's doing full performance capture, not just voice.
It's incredible, really. It's just, you know, it's just a testament to the writing, the directing, and the whole creation of the game. Yeah, so I thought that's really brilliant.
Last one. Is there something you would like to do, like in particular, in the future as an actor?
What?
She said Death Stranding, the game by Kojima.
Yeah. I think there's lots of people I'd love to work with. I don't really mind the character I get as long as it's interesting to me. So one of the first jobs I did immediately after Astarion was playing a mutant fish in a jar, which is very much my bag. You know what I mean? So I played a mutant fish. From Astarion to mutant fish is quite a jump.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah. So that was really fun. And then I did a free project called Fallout London, which is a massive mod for Fallout, which was an amateur project that we all just wanted to do. I don't really care. I just want to work with good people and good story. Obviously, you know, working with Kojima would be amazing. Naughty Dog would be amazing. Bethesda would be amazing. Blah, blah, all these kind of people, sure. But ultimately, if the character is not interesting, I'm not going to do a very good job in that work. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. What about you?
So basically what we're saying is all the video game companies just hire us, just to summarize. No, likewise, I agree with Neil. I think the character has to be complex, interesting, and well-written, and then the project really is irrelevant, and you've got to be working with good people. For me personally, I would love to do more TV and film, because I feel like that's been on pause in many ways, partly because of the industry at the moment, partly because pandemic, partly because we've been busy with the game and other projects. But I'd love to do more of that, and more video games as well. But it would be great to do some TV and film. So I'm putting it out there today on stage. Here it is, because last time I said hire me, people actually did. So anyone that's casting for a TV show or a film, call me.
Woo! Shameless. Shameless, I love it.
You have to, I'm on a stage, come on.
Va bene.
Grazie mille.
Ragazzi, siamo arrivati alla fine. Lo so, il tempo è tiranno. Lo so. Dobbiamo liberare il parco, se no Brian poi ritorna tutte le volte, è un casino qua.
Bussare.
Ma domani c'è un altro panel, so che ci sarete. Quindi insomma avremo occasione di fare altre domande e farci anche raccontare un po' qualcosa dei personaggi che hanno interpretato di Neil e Devora. Grazie.
Grazie ancora a tutti, fate un applauso clamoroso per loro.
Di più. Grazie anche a Francesco Vossetti, Marco Mottura e
Dai,
Zoltar.
fai la domanda.
Do you want a question from me?
Oh, go on then.
Can I stay here?
Yes, you can.
Non vi dirò perché mi sono messo qui. Allora, in English or in Italian?
In English.
Oh,
English
Italian,
would be
obviously.
preferable.
It's a very strange question.
Good.
Did you... Come here, Neil. Come here, please. Come here. Do you ever... Come si dice? Avete mai mangiato?
Have you ever eaten?
Eat
Ranch.
arrosticini? Rustel?
Rustel.
Sort of
He's
Applauso
asking you
per
if you
Rustel,
actually
per-
ate
meat inside.
it's a typical...
Loro stanno
Stewed
cercando
meat.
di spiegare a loro cosa sono gli arrosticini. Voi sapete cosa sono? Viva Pescara, scusate, sono abruzzese.
I
No,
have
interessata.
not
You
eaten a
have to try
Rustella.
some arrosticini. I'll bring you to a nice
No,
place to have some
no.
arrosticini.
Listen to me. You come with me.
Is there a safe word with that?
No, you come with me in Pescara. You know Pescara? No.
No.
And I will show you what is arrosticino. Ok, Neil?
Okay.
See you later.
Laser.
Ringraziamo, facciamo un applauso. per
Ciao
favore.
ragazzi.
Ciao, grazie.
Grazie ragazzi, thank you so much. Grazie mille.